It is a well-known fact that we know the surface of Mars better than we do the surface of the ocean, and that alone proves just how much there is left to discover. And so, in this video, we'll be exploring 10 of the most incredible discoveries made by divers at the bottom of the ocean. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell icon so you're reminded whenever we make a new upload. With that out of the way, let's discuss these ocean mysteries. Number 10. Hidden life. I'm pretty sure that every one of us knows that all life originated in the oceans, but did you guys know that the vast majority of all species on Earth are actually ocean-dwelling? According to the NOAA, a society that is responsible for mapping and studying the oceans, as much as 91% of all ocean life remains undiscovered, a huge portion of it in the deep darkness. And it's not just small creatures. Every year, over 10 major oceanic creatures are identified, and this may well include many mysterious creatures, from giant squids the size of large boats, jellyfish larger than houses, and sharks that live for hundreds of years. All sorts of animals have been found under the sea. Number 9. Underwater death lakes. The idea of an underwater lake might sound like an oxymoron, but they do in fact exist in the form of brine pools, which are made up of highly concentrated salt water, and because of that, stay separate from the rest of the ocean. Moreover, this salt sucks the water out of any creature that touches them, and worst of all, they exist at such depths that they are completely covered in the dark. Fish that are unfortunate enough to get there immediately start to suffer from rapid convulsions and die within minutes, their bodies being mummified by the salt. And there are not a few, but many of these deadly pools all over the world. And as a result, these deep sea lakes are some of the deadliest environments on Earth, with fishes even coming in contact with them immediately dying a quick and painful death. Number 8. History. The process of understanding history needs chemical study of artifacts from previous eras. But did you know that the vast majority of historical items have been found not on land, but the ocean? Divers have found completely forgotten statues, entirely intact ships that were mysteriously lost, all along with treasures, lost books, and many such priceless relics. The ocean has more secrets about human history than any museum on Earth. Number 7. Poisonous underwater towers. It is common to portray the underwater world as an alien one, with unfamiliar creatures and no plants. It is not hard to imagine the place as such, but nowhere does it look more apparent than the hydrothermal vents of the deep sea. Discovered only recently, these chemical hotspots are actually very similar to geysers on land. However, instead of pumping hot water into beautiful ponds, they pump poisonous chemicals into the ocean, with tons upon tons of unknown mixtures being pumped out every second at 700 degrees Fahrenheit. These are basically pumps of a scalding mixture of unknown composition, and scientists actually think that these vents might be where life first evolved. Number 6. Moai statues. The Eastern Island statues, with their immense size and mysterious origin, are among the world's most impressive historical items, and as it turns out, they're not limited to the island at all, having actually been discovered underwater more often than above. They've been discovered in places as far as Cancun, Isla Mujeres, and Punta Nizuc, Mexico. Number 5. Titanic. The RMS Titanic is perhaps the most famous sunken ship in the world, and as such, the discovery of the 1912 maiden ship was a big deal. Found broken in two in the Atlantic Ocean, the ship's ruin had a ton of interesting stuff related to it, from jewelry, coins, to pianos, and entire intact rooms and photographs. Number 4. Egyptian Atlantis. The story of Atlantis is one of the most popular ones in history, but actual historical precedence is not Greek like we think, but actually an Egyptian city by the name of Heraklion, which existed in the 6th century BC. However, the city was eventually overtaken by a rising sea level, submerging it and its artifacts permanently until it was rediscovered 1,200 years later, just off Abukir Bay. Number 3. Jesus. I'm pretty sure when people think of Renaissance art and statues, they think of white marble figures in a beautiful Italian museum. However, one of the most famous ones was actually found under the ocean. This statue of Christ was sculpted by Guido Galletti. However, the statue sank near Pontofino in the Italian Riviera in 1954, where it was then found by divers decades later, surrounded by a reef bustling with life. Quite poetic, I must say. Number 2. Roman City. Well, as it turns out, there wasn't actually just the one Egyptian Atlantis, but a Roman one much later as well, in the form of an undercovered city by the name of Neapolis, found off the coast of North Africa in 2017. Research later revealed that the city was overtaken by a massive tsunami nearly 1,600 years ago. Now laying near the coast of Tunisia, the city has remains varying from tiles, pots, to columns and much more. What was once a bustling city is now nothing more than a collection of broken pottery and ruined architecture. Number 1. Mayan Pyramid. Finding cities might seem unnatural to most, but an entire underwater pyramid completely intact? Now that's truly mind-blowing. Discovered off the coast of Mexico, the pyramid was in perfect shape, measuring a huge 8.5 miles on one side. What's even more shocking is the mode of discovery, as it was found using Google Earth of all things. That is all for today, guys. Do you guys have any mysterious facts about the ocean? If you do, please feel free to share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Now it's time to end the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next one.